Hey, what's up guys? Today I'll be doing a review on these Aqua Training Bag Classic Boxing Gloves. So check it out. Okay guys, so today I'm doing a close-up weigh-in and review on the Aqua Training Bag Classic Boxing Gloves. I got mine in 16 ounces, a Velcro closure only glove. Full leather construction, made in Pakistan, and it uses a triple layer of latex foam in the hand compartment. And to me, these are a mid-tier glove. They're not exactly the highest premium glove, but they're also not a low-level, entry-level glove. And I think this is one of those good overall training gloves. If you're starting off in boxing or you're doing it for fitness, I think these would be a solid choice for you. Obviously, we'll go in a little bit more detail with the glove, but you can see it has that triple layer latex foam padding, the Velcro strap that says Aqua Training Bag, and it's cloth. So that's nice in terms of it not being a piece of plastic or something that can cut someone open if you're deciding to spar with these. About 1 inch of medium density foam on the back of the wrist. The inside of the wrist definitely needs more padding. You can see it's super thin, maybe 1/8 of an inch, if that, and it's super soft. And I would have liked to definitely see more wrist support there. The inside liner is your standard polyester nylon liner in black. 3.5 inch Velcro strap. You can see how the leather is kind of wrinkly, has kind of a semi-gloss sheen to it. You have double stitching right there. And then on the inside of the palm, you have no ventilated holes, which would have been nice to have for breathability, and a kind of a medium-sized grip bar right there on the inside, and leather attached thumb. So that's it. I mean, these gloves aren't very fancy in terms of like the design, so that might be suitable for some of people like that just want something really basic looking, and there's no crazy logos or any kind of flashy design on these gloves. So you know, pretty basic in terms of the design of the glove. So let's go ahead and put these on the scale, see how much these weigh. Again, these are the 16-ounce versions. One thing you'll notice is it's a little floppy on the midsection right there, just because there's a lack of wrist support. But let's go ahead and put these on the scale. We'll start off with the left glove today. And the left glove is right at 15.6, so almost on point with weight. That's good to see. The right glove is right at 14.9, so they're a little off on weight, and this one's about 1 ounce underweight. So again, for training gloves, I always like to stress that it's not too huge of a deal when it comes to training gloves. I mean, you're using this for your conditioning, your workout, your boxing training, but these glove weights are a little off. So let's go ahead and do the review. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here, and today I'm doing a review on the Aqua Training Bag Classic Boxing Gloves. I got mine in the all black colorway. You can also get this in red, blue, white, and green. I got mine in 16 ounces. You can also get this in 12 ounces, so 2 sizes to choose from, several different colors, and it's a Velcro closure only glove. Now this is, I'd say, Aqua Training Bag's mid-range glove. They have 3 gloves you can choose from. This one being kind of in the mid-range. It's full genuine leather, made in Pakistan, and it's really a solid glove for any type of training you're doing in your gym, whether you're sparring, doing bag work, mitt work, whatever it may be. Now looking at the glove design-wise, you can see that the leather has kind of a satin finish to it, and it's a really pretty plain looking glove. Outside of the Aqua Training Bag cloth patch on the back of the Velcro strap, there's really no other identification or marketing on the glove. And I know some of you out there like that look, prefer a more cleaner, simple look to it. Which kind of reminds me of like more of an old school glove where you don't really have any kind of logos or anything on the glove itself. So it's pretty simple and basic. So looking at the glove, it has more of a short and stockier profile. You can see that there's no stitching between the thumb and the back of the glove. So it's all one piece in the upper leather hand compartment area. And the foam density on here uses 3 layers of latex foam padding, which is described on their website. And it has more of a medium to firm density to it. It has a nice parallel thumb with an attached thumb right there. And then right here on the palm side, you can see the leather has kind of a wrinkly finish to it, at least on the palm side goes. Double stitching, pretty good sized grip bar there, no ventilated holes, which would have been nice. And then you can see the actual full wraparound Velcro strap that's made of leather as well. All black piping right there. Nice patch of Velcro on the back. 16-ounce weight tie right there. It also says made in Pakistan. And the back wrist support, I'd say, is about an inch. The back of the wrist right here, or where the Velcro's at, the foam they use on here is really stiff, really hard. It's almost like, feels like plastic almost, like not even like a piece of foam. The foam on the inside that goes against your hand is, I'd say, medium density, so it's definitely softer and more conforming. But you can tell that they use almost like a harder kind of plastic right here on the back of the wrist. The inside has barely any kind of padding, which is to me a kind of a missed opportunity. It's pretty flimsy right here, and it would have been nice to have more padding. That way it gives you more support and a more rigid feel down the wrist. And you can see because of that, it's pretty floppy in the midsection right here. So it would have been nice to have extra padding. And you can see that they put a little bit there, but it's barely anything in the inside here. Hence why it's so wrinkly and floppy and kind of a top heavy glove. The inside uses a standard polyester nylon liner that you get in most boxing gloves. And you also have that piece of elastic that keeps the middle piece together. So it doesn't flare open when you slide your hands with your hand wraps on. But there you have it. Quality wise, the gloves are solid. The leather itself has held up pretty nicely. I've had these for a couple of months now actually, and they've been part of my rotation. No bubbling or any kind of imperfections on the leather itself. You can see the foam is holding up pretty well. No issues there. Stitching is done pretty nice as well. You can see right there where the thumb meets the index finger, the stitching and the attached thumb is good. The attached thumb doesn't allow the thumb to flare out too much. The outside edges right here looks pretty good. No issues there. And the hinge point looks pretty solid. I'd say some of the stitching right there could have been done better. And my main issue with these gloves, I would say, is going to be the lack of padding on the inside and the floppiness of the glove. Inside liner, no issues there. Piping at the bottom cuff looks pretty solid. No issues with the Velcro strap. None of the tag getting removed or peeling off. So overall, I mean, quality is pretty solid. It's just the area and the distribution of weight that I have the biggest issue with. Fingertip compartment looks pretty good. So definitely no issues there. Now sliding my hand into the hand compartment comfort-wise, one thing you'll notice right off the bat when you slide your hand in here is kind of the lack of wrist support towards the front. Obviously the back of the glove you have a good amount of padding, but the front you don't have anything. So I feel like there's going to be definitely some issues there with the wrist support. The other thing is this thumb is pretty awkward as well. One thing I do notice, even though my thumb doesn't jam at the top, which is a good thing, good amount of padding on the back of the thumb. So the actual length of the thumb is good, and the fact that you don't jam. The issue is how it flares out. It's almost like a Mexican style glove where the piping is a little too tight and it pinches down on my thumb right there, and it kind of flares my thumb out. So I'm not a big fan of that. Nice deep finger compartment. You can feel the stitching that they put here, but it's not too bad. But it's definitely nice and deep, so my hand is in a good punching position to land. I would say the biggest issue is going to be the thumb and the wrist support as far as getting the support you need. But the thumb is probably the most uncomfortable area in this glove. The spacing of the glove on the inside is actually pretty good for a 16-ounce glove. Even with hand wraps on, it felt like the hand compartment wasn't too loose or too narrow. I didn't feel like my fingers were collapsing on each other, which is a good thing. The liner itself feels pretty comfortable as well. It did bunch up a little bit right here around the fingertip compartment, but not too bad. But again, the thumb is probably the biggest area of opportunity with these gloves. Protection and performance. These gloves do a really nice job of absorbing shock. I would definitely make sure I tape my wrist off a little bit better, especially if you're using this on a more densely filled bag. One thing you'll notice is that it definitely takes some time to break in. The foam on here that they use is pretty stiff, so I can't even open my hand up more than that without really trying to force my fingers wide open. And it's definitely gonna take some more time for me to break these gloves in to get it a little bit more flexible. So a little bit more flexibility would be nice, but you do land on the two front knuckles, and I'd say that the foam padding on here does a pretty good job of absorbing shock and actually distributing the shock along the entire front part of the glove. So that's a really good thing. Again, the wrist is going to be the biggest area of concern with these gloves. Cost-wise, these gloves are $89. So to me, it's a decent price. I'd say that at the price point, there's other gloves that, in my opinion, are better, like the Infinitudes. There's a lot of gloves in that price range. The Venom Impacts, the Elites, that although they're not genuine leather gloves, I just feel like they're an overall better performing glove than these classic gloves. And if they modified a couple of things that I pointed out on this, like with the wrist, the thumb, I definitely think this would be a lot more of a solid contender at the $89 price range. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find these Aqua training bag classic boxing gloves. I'll see you guys later. Take care.